Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Jumpin here, and today it's going to be an amazing, awesome gameplay. This will be the first platinum game I did when the new DLC came out. Unfortunately, though, guess what, guys? I wanted to show you the time right there. The second that game came out, or the DLC came out, me and my buddies, we were all staying up for it because we wanted to immediately do a live comm and get the gameplay up on YouTube as soon as possible. Unfortunately, a big problem happened. Twice. We beat it first try. That was our first attempt in the beginning where you could see that we actually completed it. But we beat it twice. And we did the live comm twice. But unfortunately, both times, my computer crashed and I lost my part of the audio and I couldn't finish recording the video. So this is our third attempt at this. We did not do a live comm. For some reason, my computer just could not handle the live comm or something. I don't know what was going on. And I was so frustrated and mad in this gameplay that my gameplay is going to reflect that. I'm going to be playing somewhat stupid and bad because I was really mad and upset because the first gameplay was so good and amazing and so good of teamwork and communication and just funniness and just good moments that it was such a shame that I lost that. And that would have been, and I would have been able to upload that so quick on YouTube that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to upload. I hope this will be the first completed platinum video on YouTube, but I just don't know anymore. Like I said, the second it came out, about 30 minutes later, we beat it. So, first attempt. But anyway, so I just want to talk about platinum today. This is really what this whole video is going to be about the new platinum difficulty. Yeah, it's pretty insane, guys. I gotta admit. I mean, just look at this. We're fighting already Atlases and like Phantoms. The best, and this is actually going to be the new map London, which is definitely a very cool map. It's just like the final battle scene of the single player where you have to fight the Banshees and you have to defend the missiles. It's a lot like that, and it's really cool. I haven't played the other maps yet. This was the only one we did because we thought that this was a cool looking map, and we kind of knew where the ammo boxes was because we already played it. Alright, but anyway, guys, let me go ahead and just tell you all about Platinum and what it was like playing the first time. It's unfortunate we lost the live comm because you would have been able to hear our reactions in the live comm, but it's really whatever. But yeah, so anyway, Platinum, definitely the first time was pretty easy. I do have to admit. That sounds crazy, but it wasn't that hard. And I do know what makes it easier. From my experience with Platinum, the hardest thing for Platinum is to start fighting Cerberus first. Because when you start fighting Cerberus, you're fighting Phantoms Wave 1 with a combination of Atlases, and it is a pain. This is definitely going to be the hardest gameplay that we had because of the fact that the way it works is this. You have a primary faction, and then you have all the other ones are secondary. Like right here, I'm just getting dropped, and I'm going to have to get myself up because my teammates are just so far. I mean, look at this. I'm getting just wrecked by 2 Phantoms Wave 2. This is insane. But I actually blew her away, so that was really awesome. If you guys were wondering too, this is my Solarian Infiltrator shotgun build, but the only difference is I'm using a Claymore, which is what I was using the whole time. And the other really ashamed thing that happened to me was the fact that I lost like 800,000 credits due to my mess up. Because I only had so much equipment to use for these gameplays, and I wanted the best equipment, so I actually had to buy equipment packs to get the equipment back, and it was a nightmare because that means that when I come out later today, because I will be coming out later today with a pack opening live commentary, but when I come out with that later today, I'm gonna be down like 800,000 credits that I had prior to, so that sucks. But I just really wanted to get this platinum gameplay up and running and just have this up first because I think this is the most important thing. Up to this point, I did not buy any packs at all. I was saving up all my money just so that when I come out with this pack opening video, I will be able to spend a lot of money, which I have about 2.5 million, I think. I don't really know. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more by then, but I don't know. But anyway, like I was saying earlier before I interrupted myself, pretty much the way Platinum works is this. You have one primary faction that you see more than any other faction, to be honest. And the best the worst faction to fight against to start is definitely Cerberus. Cerberus is terrible. You might think Reapers would be bad because of the Banshees, but not really, because you fight a lot of Marauders and Ravagers and Brutes, which they're not that big of a deal, to be honest. Really, it's the enemies that can grab and kill you instantly that is going to be your problem. You lose a teammate in Platinum, you can probably lose the game really easily. So, and that will definitely happen in Platinum. But the reward is so worth it. It is so much. Now, right here, this is a good example. I was trying to get my teammates up, and unfortunately, I'm going to get stabbed. That was the first time I got stabbed on Platinum, and I was so mad that it happened in this gameplay because this is the one that I didn't. I mean, I wanted to do the other gameplays, and as you can tell, we are failing right now. We are having some serious trouble with this objective. Objective rounds can be extremely difficult for Platinum, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, like I was saying about the whole, alright, so you start against one faction, and then it builds up to all three factions. The hardest is Cerberus, and honestly the easiest is Reapers, because you do fight a lot of Marauders and Husk, and you actually fight some Cannibals, and you fight Brutes and Ravagers, which are kind of easier enemies to deal with than Phantoms and Hunters and Pyros and Primes. Geth were also very hard, honestly, to start. In the second gameplay, we started against Geth. The first one was Reapers, and then the last one was Cerberus, which is this one. So, like I said, from my experience, I can honestly say I felt that Cerberus was the hardest because of the Phantoms, to be honest. Because you do see more Phantoms when you fight Cerberus primary than you see pretty much anything else. Like, you will just see Phantoms a lot, and it's a ton of them. So just keep that in mind, guys. It was a blast playing Phantom. I almost said Phantom. It was a blast playing Platinum, though. It really was. I had a lot of fun doing this. The live com was fun, but then, I mean, I really, like, hurt my neck, and I was just so angry. Because you got to realize, at this point, I've been up all night. Right now, I've still been up all night waiting for this to come out so I can try to attempt to be one of the first people, if not the first person, to upload a Platinum gameplay. And it got messed up from the fact that my computer was just acting so stupid and random. So that's the thing, guys. Originally, we were going to play with my buddy Snide, but he was so tired that he just ended up getting off after the first two fails. So instead, we're going to be playing with one of the clan members, Silent Phil here. But this gameplay is going to contain me, my buddy Acidian, my buddy Far Envy, and now Silent Phil, where originally it was Snide. But I don't know. Alright, let me go ahead and talk. Now, you might think that you definitely need to save your rockets for the later waves, which, I don't know. I can honestly say Wave 10 uploads for Platinum could potentially be impossible. Like, just from the objectives I've played on Wave 6 and 10, it's extremely difficult. Luckily, we've gotten targets two of the 3 games, and the other one was objects. And the objects were not that hard, Wave 10, because they spawned pretty close. But if it would have been across the map, or if it would have been an upload or devices, yes, I can honestly say it could have been potentially extremely challenging and probably could cost you the game. So rockets would matter definitely for an upload, but when it comes down to I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you will see us rocket a little bit in this game. Rocketing the waves will make them go by faster and will make them definitely become easier. So that is something to keep in mind. As long as you use your rockets intelligently and you take out big groups of enemies, and by the wave 10 you have I would recommend having at least one person with 5, or have everyone at least have 1 or a total of 5 to 6 missiles, just in case you have an upload, and if you have targets you can immediately take them out. So that's a couple of good tips right there for you for Platinum. Definitely the other thing is this. Like I said, I did not have any of the new characters yet. I have yet to play with any of them. I have yet to even unlock any of them at this point. But I will definitely be doing that soon. But like I said, the biggest downside to this gameplay was I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible. And if you're going to play Platinum, definitely, guys, play with what you know. Until you can get used to all the new stuff, I do not recommend using the new stuff for Platinum. That will result in a lot of fails. That's why I was using the Solarian Infiltrator Claymore build. This was actually the reason why I actually chose the Claymore and this. I was originally going to use the Talon, but the reason why I chose this was because it actually, like, when I first started playing this game, and I was playing the demo that came out a long time ago, my very first class I ever used was Solarian Infiltrator. This actually was my very first build, too, like, my well thought out build. Every other build was just kind of like, I just random, that's what everybody did in the demo for real. They just kind of randomly made a build you just didn't know anything yet. But my first well thought out and good build I ever made was Solarian Shotgun. I hate to take credit for the whole infiltrator with a shotgun thing, but I mean, I used to do that in Mass Effect 1, and in this game I definitely wanted to do it, and I thought, why not put a claymore on the infiltrator and see what can happen. And I loved the Solarian claymore build, and my first time I ever played gold, I used a Solarian with a claymore. So there you go, and that was in the demo way back when. So that's the reason why I decided to go ahead and choose this class. This is definitely an extremely good class. You don't have proxy mine on this build, but you do get a lot of defense from armor boost and the energy drain and the full fitness, and you definitely need a lot of health. Enemies can mess you up very quickly on platinum. They definitely have more health. Like, you will see, like, this claymore on, I was playing gold prior to this, like, all night, and every time I used this build, it was just so easy. I mean, the game was so easy just to kill all big enemies and have no issue. The gold is definitely a lot easier than platinum. Platinum is probably at least 10 times harder, to be honest. Now, overall, did I have an issue with me and my friends? Not so much. There was a couple, like, really close calls, a couple, like, oh my gosh, but that was about it. Everything else was just kind of like, we worked well together, we were able to get it done. Now, I know a lot of you guys aren't going to be as lucky as I was to actually have a group of pretty decent friends to do this with, and right here, I felt like I was so screwed. But if you do have a group of decent friends or people who can work together and communicate, it really will make it a lot better, and communication will be key for platinum. You could always just run around and kill stuff. That's okay too, but when it comes down to it, you gotta be able to talk and say, I'm dead, and there's a phantom here, there's a phantom there, just so you warn your teammates. Like I said, if someone dies or gets assassinated or bleeds out, it will definitely cost you big time and probably potentially fail you the entire mission. It's not like gold where 3-manning it is easy. 3-manning platinum it actually makes it a lot harder, and 2-manning platinum is almost impossible. So, I mean, I don't know. And 1-manning platinum, soloing it, oh man, I don't know. I really don't know. I think that it's something that can definitely be, I might try it as well. I might actually try it myself to see if I can do a solo platinum. But I seriously don't know. I really do not know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. But I will attempt it. So you'll just have to check that out. It's really going to come down to getting used to platinum, guys. Gold has been such an easy thing for a long time, to be honest. Like, when I play gold now, I just feel like I go flawless every game. It's like playing silver in a way. Not because of platinum being out, but that's just how used to gold I am. So platinum is just something, it's definitely refreshing. It's definitely something that is amazing. It's so much fun because it's so much harder. Now, if you're a low-level skilled player, no, platinum will definitely not be for you. Definitely not be for you. And right here, this is really laggy. It took forever for the objective to pop up, but we're going to get devices, which sucks because devices are terrible. But everyone on your team needs to attempt to get them. I will not get any of this gameplay, but if they would have spawned close to me and I had an opportunity to get one, I would have got them. You have to work together for this. You can't bullshit. You can't, like, let one person run around and get them. You have to be able to get them. But that's just what it is. You got to work together on platinum. But like I was saying, if you are a low-level skilled player and you don't feel comfortable on gold, do not play platinum. Please do not play platinum. It is not going to be easy. You cannot play Firebase White. And you're going to see me get myself up a lot in this gameplay, but that is something also. You should try to save as many meta gels and rockets as possible. Like I said, rocketing platinum is okay as long as you can take out giant groups to make the waves. Like, as long as you can get to wave 10, that's what everyone cares about, because you get 140,000 credits for platinum. That is insane. That is so awesome. Now right here, it might not look like it, but we're working together. I used my first rocket to save Envy's life so that him as a Krogan Vanguard can get the device, because God knows if I got on it, I would have been dead instantly. So, you know, we were using a lot of teamwork, even though we were all very frustrated in this gameplay, believe me. Me, Envy, and Obsidian were extremely angry because of the fact that our first 2 gameplays got messed up. You know, they wanted to go to bed, to be honest. They wanted to get their new characters and unlock all their stuff, where the mission priority to me was to get the gameplay for you guys so that everyone can be entertained, and I really wanted to be able to upload a platinum gameplay immediately. So I don't know, that's just what it was. But anyway, here's the thing though, guys. Like I said, if you're a low level skill player, you cannot camp. You cannot camp. There is no way you can camp platinum. You can try, but I do not think that's a good idea, mainly because if the factions are mixed up, you're gonna have Banshees and Phantoms coming into the camping spot, just wrecking everyone. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, guys. So you kind of have to spread out and run around. You could try to stay together as well. That would work okay. But in reality, you really do need to kind of spread out. Like me and my teammates, because I have confidence in Envy and I have confidence in Obsidian, and prior to this game, I had a lot of confidence in Snide. I knew that we could definitely spread out on the map and have a lot of success and not really die a lot, but it's just what it is. So, but if you don't feel that, and that's gonna be pretty nice to rocket. As you can tell, there's just a ton of enemies. There's so many enemies. It's crazy. And Wave 9 is really ridiculous. But, and this is not Wave 9. This is Wave 7. But Wave 9 is really ridiculous, guys. I do have to admit. It's one of the hardest waves. Wave 10 and 9 are and 11 are definitely the 3 hardest waves. There's no question about that. But when I get to Wave 9, I will give you a very useful tip. Like I said, overall, like this is terrible. See how just everyone getting dropped. But overall, like the thing is this, is that you really, and I mean, I'm gonna get dropped right here too. Luckily though, Envy's gonna be able to get me up. But you really do need to work together with your teammates, and Cerberus is very hard. Like I said, the Cerberus start is extremely hard. The Geth start is hard too, because you see more Atlases, not Atlases, but Geth Primes than you will ever see. It's so many Geth Primes, it's insane. And there's a lot of Hunters too, but they're not as bad as like Phantoms. Phantoms are definitely the worst. And another thing I wanted to bring up in this video is that I'm sure some of you guys might know this by now, but the Phantoms now have a new animation where when they put up their barrier, like they used to, right there, you just seen it if you rewind it. But when they put up their barrier to block out damage, now there's an animation there, like a circular animation that, like, so you can see that they have a barrier up and they won't take damage, which is kind of a nice effect, because now you know not to shoot them or to wait for that to go away to attempt to take a shot, because that's what would always happen to people. They would charge or they would do something along those lines, and right here I'm gonna get screwed. Hunters and Phantoms are like the worst combination. And like I said, this gameplay overall was definitely my worst one I had out of all 3. The other 2 were so much better when it came down to me not dying or getting stabbed. And I mean, just look at this. Oh my god. But like I also said, that this is definitely the hardest faction to start against is Cerberus. Because, I mean, you will not see this many Phantoms. You do see a lot of Phantoms. Don't get me wrong. You do see a lot of Phantoms, but only in like Wave 8 and 9. That's it. You really don't see them much up to that point when you start against Reapers or Geth. But when you start against Cerberus, you see Phantoms every single wave. And that is what will make it ridiculous. So, it's not going to be Firebase White, Geth Platinum. No! And what it's going to be is this. It's going to be, more likely, the easiest way to fight Platinum will be bigger map, just so that you can run away. And like, this is a good example. This is a pretty big map, and this is really ridiculous, all the stuff I'm running past. But pretty much bigger map, don't matter which one, Dagger, I don't know, this map, Giant, Condor maybe, I don't know, any big map. And also Reapers start, because with Reaper start, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier. Wave 9 is really easy against Reaper start. It's extremely difficult against the other 2 starts, but it's definitely pretty easy against Reaper start. So that is one thing. But overall, I am so excited for this DLC. I am so happy. I might sound happy and excited now, but believe me, I was not in this gameplay. I was so angry. Around the end of it, because we started to play better and better as it went on, to be honest. At first, I thought we were playing pretty bad. And as we moved on and progressed, we started playing better because everybody wanted it more. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to get the gameplay because this time I knew for sure that it was going to work. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I think it was the live comm. So guys, in the future, I don't really think I'm going to be doing live comm gameplays. Chalinkas can do them. My computer is just, I don't think it can handle it. I don't know what happened, but that was extremely frustrating, and it's a shame that that happened to me when it did. And that was another pretty nice little rocket there. I was using my rockets. I was playing pretty much the way I played in this gameplay is the way I play gold. Where the first two gameplays, I played it like I would play platinum. Smart, not using my equipment unless I absolutely had to, not dying barely as much. I think I died once or twice in the first game, and in the second game I maybe died 2 to 3 times. I don't really remember. This gameplay I died a lot. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Overall, though, like I said, platinum is definitely a lot harder. It is definitely a lot harder, but it's also a lot more fun. For an advanced player like myself, I definitely find platinum to be a lot more fun. The average time for platinum is 30 minutes, but it's totally worth it because it's double the amount of money pretty much that you get from gold. So if you can beat it, I mean, it's 68,000 credits for wave 10. 68,000 credits. So that's literally one game of gold, pretty much. If you milked gold all 3 waves, that's one game of gold. Now this is going to be wave 9. This wave is really ridiculous, like I said. Now let me go ahead and tell you why Reaper's Wave 9 is so easy. Reaper's Wave 9 is easy because, believe it or not, they throw, I swear to God, they throw out, and this is a really terrible rockets. One of my worst rockets ever. Yes, it was. Ah, man, I was aiming for the wall and I hit the concrete barrier. It's, you gotta get used to the maps. It's all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, Reaper's Wave 9 is like 100 husk. I'm not lying. Like, it's insane. Like, platinum Reaper's Wave 9 is about 4 or 5 husk on the map, and you will just constantly kill them and they will constantly spawn. I think the idea of it is that they put out a lot of small enemies. Like, when I played Reaper's Wave 9, there was like one Banshee on the map. Like, just one Banshee on the map. Maybe 2, and I just didn't catch it. Like, right here, you see all these Centaurians? These Centaurians are replaced by husk when you play Reapers. So keep that in mind. Like, all these normal enemies that you're seeing, like these maybe not the hunters, but mainly the Centaurians that because you will see a ton of Centaurians this round. But the Centaurians are replaced by husks, so it's extremely easy to kill husks. Everybody knows that. And that's one reason why Reapers are so easy, is because of that. Now, right away, one reason we're going to have problems with this wave is that Phil went down. He didn't call out the fact that he was out of metagels. I mean, Phil, his name's Silent Phil, like, and he was pretty freaking silent, to be honest. He didn't really talk much, and that was one of the worst things about this gameplay. It wasn't that Phil was bad. It was just the fact he didn't talk much. Because when we played with Snide, it was so much better because we communicated the whole time, and it was a lot better teamwork and all that kind of good stuff. But in this gameplay, we didn't really have that as much. Like, me and Envy worked really well in this gameplay, but everyone else, not so much. Yeah, but that's the thing, though, guys. Like, oh, man, it's insane. Wave 9 is definitely pretty hard. You might think that, oh, a ton of Centaurians, that don't sound hard. It's just the fact that there's, like, 3 bosses on the map. And, like, look at this real quick. Like, this is insane. I'm going to run up here to try to kill the rest of these little enemies, and I'm just going to get raped. I'm just going to get trashed because there's just so many of them. And because of my frustration level, I just could not reload cancel good at all. And, I mean, look at this. I'm just getting destroyed. And I'm going to have to force myself to get up again. Which, like I said, is normally... That was a good time to get up, though, to be honest. I mean, look how fast these guys' shield come back, too. Oh, my God. Like, I forgot what that's called, but there is something that there's something in this game that on the different difficulties, the enemy shields can start recharging faster on each difficulty, and it's definitely apparent for this difficulty. And yeah, the health and shields are definitely a lot higher. The damage output, though, I don't really know. Maybe. I couldn't really tell because I'm playing as a Solarian. But if I was playing as maybe a weaker person, like a Geth, or even like something, I don't know, like I don't know, a human adapt or something, or sorry, Justicar. I could have probably told you like how the difference, but like I said, I just couldn't tell. Like me and Envy really couldn't tell. He was playing as a Krogan god who just can't die, and I was playing as a sneaky little Solarian that is a tank. So now right here, Envy's screaming because for some reason there's some type of glitch right here. If an enemy falls from the top, he gets like just glitched out, I guess, and the host can only kill him. Because Envy was saying that guy was like in the wall and under the ground, but when I ran over there, he was like out in the open. So, all right, so this is gonna be the final enemy. At this point though, it's just me and Envy. Obsidian got grabbed earlier, and now Envy's gonna get grabbed, which is definitely a bad thing. I don't know their grab rate now, like, because that's something else about this game, guys, is that on each difficulty, the grab rate goes up, like, depending. And look at this. This is really ridiculous, but I'm going to fight this Banshee. I'm in a good position at this point now, but she's just going to keep warping me. Oh, my gosh. I just talked about this in a video not too long ago about how Banshees do this to me, but, I mean, look at that. That's insane. She warped me 5 times, I think, or 4 times. Oh, my God. Like, that's crazy, but luckily she wasn't trying to grab me. If she would have grabbed me, it would have been mission over, so that is what's up. Alright, so we got really lucky this gameplay, and we got targets. Like I said, targets will definitely be the one thing you'll want more than anything. If you get an upload or something, oh my god, I can just imagine. It would be extremely difficult. But targets are definitely going to be easy as long as you can save some rockets. At least always save 4 rockets if possible. I highly suggest that. Not you yourself, but make sure that your team total rockets will be 4 or 5, just in case someone messes up and you might miss the target or something. I don't really know, but the main thing is to get the targets done and to probably, honestly, if you can, rocket the last. If you have the rockets, I do suggest rocketing the last group. You could always die wave 11 and just get the money. It seems like a lot of people are really into that, and as you can see, we just got a ton of money. The time bonus is 13,000, which is insane, and the actual bonus was or the actual like credits that we got was 55,000. So that is freaking amazing. But like I said, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't really care if I'm actually pretty sure that people wouldn't care if you die wave 11. Everybody just wants the money. The money is so worth it that if you can get past wave 10, it's definitely amazing. But for me and all my gameplays, yes, I will be beating platinum. I like to beat it. So I will give you some tips about how to actually like survive the last wave. The last wave is definitely the most ridiculous one. It really is. It's kind of insane. Wait till you see it. But alright, so this is going to be the extraction wave, guys. Like I said, the best thing on this map, though, right here, I can honestly say, is to hold this up top area and rocket any Banshees that actually get into this area. Banshees are your #1 concern on the extraction wave on Platinum. Not really anything else. The Atlases, yeah, they suck. The Primes are going to snipe you. But the Banshees are going to really be a problem. And the Phantoms will be the second problem, but mainly the Banshees. So try to save your rockets if possible for that. Now, the only person on our team right now who has rockets is Silent Phil, which is kind of a good thing. Right here, we're going to try to just take out this Banshee like normal and legit, if possible. But now there's a Banshee behind us as well. And, I mean, this just is terrible. And, yeah, Silent Phil just got grabbed, and that sucks. It's almost like the Banshee sensed that he was the one with rockets and that he was the main target to go after. Because in a lot of ways, we're not screwed, but if we could have been potentially screwed. So instead, what we decided to do is I gave the order to just run for it. That's the thing. That's one of the best tactics to try to survive this last wave. It's just run around the map. Stay away from the LZ at all costs. You do not want everything getting swarmed up in the LZ. But I mean, but you will run into situations like this where, I mean, this is just terrible. Like Envy can't charge. There was a Phantom there. There's Hunters everywhere. There's Banshees chasing us. There's an Atlas in front of us. There's a Prime probably somewhere. Actually, I don't even think there's a Prime on the map right now, but it's whatever. You know, it's insane. And now it's just a mad dash for the LZ. Once you get down to about 15-20 seconds, and if you can make it, you will definitely have mission success. So Anyway, guys, I will definitely be coming out with a lot of DLC videos and a lot of platinum gameplays. So please subscribe to me if you haven't already. This is pretty much how I play this game. I just do the hardest difficulty, and I will be coming out with videos for each new DLC character with builds and setups and weapons and all that good stuff. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. But that's going to be pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed this. Platinum is definitely a lot harder, and to me, a lot more fun. But in the future, I will have a lot of good tips for you and all that kind of good stuff. But that's pretty much it, like I said. So this is Jumpin' here. Peace out.